Hello and welcome to our webinar, Integrated Planning with SAP BusinessObjects Design Studio 1.5. Let me present you the agenda for today. I will start with a little introduction about myself and about the company, and we'll continue with some basic information about BusinessObjects Design Studio and new features in the latest release 1.5. Then I will present you the prerequisites for preparing the planning applications, and we'll jump to the demo. So, my name is Aylin Saidova. I have worked as a SAP consultant since 2006 and joined the company a year ago. Currently, I am part from BW team in IBsolution, Bulgaria. IBsolution is a German company providing SAP consulting services whose quality has been proved in the last 10 years within more than 1,000 projects and more than 200 customers. Our focus is on the most powerful SAP technologies, helping customers in every critical area and process of their business. Our expertise is in the areas of business intelligence, like including BI strategy, reporting and analysis, dashboards and visualization, and so on. Also in process optimization, including identity and access management, complaint identity management, material master data process, and others, and technology consulting, including mobile solutions, cloud computing, and customized development. Where you can find us, our main office is in Heilbronn. We have offices also in Neuss, Zurich, in München, and in Bulgaria, in the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia. So let me continue with the BusinessObjects Design Studio. SAP BusinessObjects Design Studio is one of the youngest and most promising new toolsets in the SAP BusinessObjects portfolio. It is being positioned by SAP as the primary tool for creating interactive and analytical applications for the web and mobile devices. Design Studio enables application designers to create analysis applications and dashboards based on SAP NetWeaver, BW, SAP HANA, and Universe data sources. It is the product of choice when full support for SAP NetWeaver, BW, and SAP HANA data models and engine capabilities is required. The product offers a large set of design tools that allows us to create applications easily and intuitively without the need for native HTML and iPad UI programming skills. SAP BusinessObjects Design Studio can be used locally and integrated in the following platforms: BI Platform, SAP NetWeaver, and SAP HANA. Besides analysis applications, we are able to create planning applications that support both manual and automated data entry and changes to data. In addition to the standard palette of components in Design Studio which are used to visualize data and enable user interaction, we can develop third-party components with the Design Studio SDK and enhance our analysis application with custom components. Let me look at the key features of latest release 1.5. Here are end-user related features like geomaps, export to PDF, also export. We have here export to Excel also. On crosstabs we have multi-selection, also offline click-through applications. Analyst-related key features like export data to mirror, browse the data sources, bookmarking, printing, navigation panel. We have new chart type picker, and designer, developer, and admin related key features like query parallelization and merge variables, data-bound component properties, enhanced BI platform integration, enhanced data connectivity, enhanced SDK interface, and various other improvements. So I would like to say a few sentences for more interesting features of the latest release. One of them is query parallelization. It's a quite important feature, parallel execution of data sources. We can speed up the application, but of course there are some costs which we need to consider. Design Studio in previous release does execute all data sources in sequential order. This means that the total execution time is always a sum of all execution times of all data sources. This behavior could not be changed. The only possibility was to use background processing in order to initialize some of the data sources a bit later when some data were already presented to the user. But also, this option has a drawback in query with variables due to merge scenario setups. The release 1.5 is allowing now to execute the data sources in parallel. Degree of the parallelization can be controlled by application designer. It is possible by defining processing groups and assign the data sources to that groups. There is a separate backend session for each processing groups. Query parallelization is supported for BI platform deployment, but unfortunately, planning scenarios is not supported. That's one key feature. So let me look at the next one. It's a little bit related to the first one on merge variables. It is possible to isolate data sources with shared variables and use separate prompts per data source. In this way, it is not necessary to refresh all data sources each time such a shared variable changes. That is a prerequisite for query parallelization, that one feature. Also allows to run multiple instances of a query, one query with different variables value in one application. We have new property, which one is on the application level to control whether the variables are merged or not merged. It gives us full flexibility for to select variables and define their order on prompt dialog when event and new event and API methods to synchronize values between specific variable. One of the other features is a new generic analysis template. It's a nice template that we can use for our applications. Actually, 1.5 comes with new, very similar to that template for planning applications, and which one I have used to prepare the demo, and we will see later. What we have new here, what we have on that template, we have a menu on the header with buttons, filter area, navigation area, settings area for chart and tables, data area including table view, chart view, or splitted view, table and chart together combined actually. And we have action area. In that template are included new components and enhanced functionalities like data connection, A new navigation panel, filter lines, chart type picker we can see here, enhanced context menu, enhanced bookmark functionality. And one of the other features which is included in the template that we saw already, it's data binding of different components like list boxes and drop-down boxes. So we now need to write scripts to fill the drop-down box, for example. We can bind directly the UI element to the data source. We are able also to bind text elements to measure values, and also bind CSS style to measure values condition for conditional highlighting. One other feature is filter line. So user can easily select filter criteria and filter values. Application designers can configure whether key figures should be included in the filter line configuration by properties. No scripting efforts again is required here. So let me start with integrated planning. In SAP BusinessObjects Design Studio, we are able to create planning applications with input-ready measures. We are able to add new lines, planning functions, and planning sequences which are defined in the backend system, SAP BW backend system. The prerequisites for preparing the planning application and in the Design Studio are first using Design Studio with BI platform or SAP NetWeaver as a platform. Also using planning system as a planning system, using BW planning system as a planning system in the Design Studio. I will show you later where it is defined. Using desktop browser application. It's not supported planning, it's not supported still for mobile devices, unfortunately. The other prerequisites that we have to prepare in the backend are aggregation level that has to be created over the cube. Which one cube is real-time planning cube. We can define planning functions and planning sequences in the backend system that we can consume in the BusinessObjects Design Studio. Also, we have to create input-enabled query or a planning query which can be built over only real-time cube. So here I have put some screenshots from the backend system. Actually, I will log on a little bit later to the backend system and show you what I have prepared before developing my application. Before start developing my application in the Design Studio, we need a real-time cube with the planning functions and aggregation level. Query, it's on the aggregation level. We have to enable the key figures to be input ready, relevant for walking under the planning tab. And finally, we have to consume our data source in the Design Studio. And also, if we have any planning functions, we have to add them to our application. So let me start with the demo. First, I will have to connect to my VPN. Okay, let me execute the application. Yeah. So as you can see, I have in the rows calendar year and calendar month. I didn't edit my initial data source. It is like it is defined in the query. Maybe it's not bad idea to open the query and to show you the query itself. Okay. Nice. So what we have in the application, let me start from the top. Here we have the menu, header menu with the buttons that we saw on the new template. We have info button, display button. We can switch between display and edit mode. We can here planning related buttons. So these are the three main planning functions: save, refresh, and back to the save state. Refresh button will recalculate our values after we enter some new value. For example, I will change the revenue for October 2006 to something like that. So as you can see, the total value has not been changed, but if we press the button refresh, the total will be recalculated. Our data is still not saved to the backend system. After each function execution, if we want to save the data, we have to press save button, or if we have option also to back to the last save state. Let me back to the last save state. So I have the old value and the old total value also. So just let me look at the query. Yeah, I have in the rows calendar year and calendar month. Prerequisites here in the query. If we will do a planning on some of the key figures, in the query we have defined them as input ready under the planning tab, as it is here. So let me continue with, let me try save. Here we are able to do just manual planning. Let me save some data. Maybe here I can change the quantity. Yeah, if you want, you can execute first recalculator or directly save. Save will recalculate your values in the totals. So here the data already is saved. If I press the back to save data, it's last save data. So info button, you can see some information about the query, about the applications, filter defined in the query. Here are static filters, and here we have some variables that are used for exceptions. So the planning functions, other planning functions that I have added to my application are delete revenue, copy sales price, and regulate quantity and revenue. The delete function works on a year base. When I press the delete function, I'm calling a filter. I'm calling filter, and I can choose for which one year I want to delete the revenues. So let me choose 2017. Apply. So the revenues have been deleted. But again, if I want to save the empty values, the deleted values, I have to press the save button, or I can back. So I will save, and if I back, now I don't have any values in the revenue key figure for 2017. I will just change a little bit our view, but to can do this, I have to switch to display mode. Here, okay. Here I have a problem. Okay, I will step on that view, but it would be nice. Just give me a second. I will do really very quick change. Yeah, I have to assign a data source to my navigation panel, and it will give me all measures. Sorry about that. I don't know, I have deleted it. So yeah, application, I have saved it. I just will refresh. Yeah. Now I'm able to use my navigation panel, and I'm happy with that. Because I have created a copy function on where I'm copying one of the key figures. Which one was that? I think it was quantity. We will see from one country to the other country. So to can see what happens when we use copy function, I will choose. Let me use drag and drop. Yeah, country. I will add the country, and we'll remove the other two dimensions. So let's switch back to the plan view, and test the copy sales price. Yes, we can copy the sales price. So I will copy sales price from Russia, for example, to Germany, let's say. I press OK. Yeah, as we can see, the values are copied. So it is defined planning function module function in the backend. I'm consuming it in the BusinessObjects Design Studio. I have defined in my function, planning function, two variables, copy from for the country and copy to, and I am able to set using scripting to set that variable before execute my planning function. So that's one of the nice features. You can set variables, and we don't need to set them in the query. It's nice because if you use the variables from the planning functions and define them as and use them to restrict the dimensions in the query, you will filter the values. but on this case we don't filter the values and just setting the variables and executing the copy function. Yeah, let me back to some other view and execute the evaluate function. So what will be better to see, maybe I will back to okay, drag and drop. I will back to calendar year and calendar year month, and we'll remove the country. Apply the changes. Just nice. And then back to the planning view. So I have set regulation of planning to be only for the 2017. It regulates the quantity and revenue, but I already have deleted. I don't know why I choose 2017, but let's evaluate the value. What will happen? Yeah, the values for quantity were recalculated. Let me save and put to can see what happens actually. Let me put some data here. And with manual planning, and just save the data. Okay, now I will execute again evaluate function. So we can see that the values were changed. Evaluation is with 15% on that case. So let me look at some of the other features in 1.5 that comes with 1.5 and with that nice template that I used to prepare my application. What we have, yeah, I would like here we can switch between table and chart views, so we can see our data on a chart. We are able to choose the chart type that we would like to see. So we can choose line chart type or area chart, P chart also. Yeah, it depends from the end user what he wants to see exactly. He uses all the types here. He can switch between them. Also, here we have the third view where we can see the table and the charts together. So let me switch again to the column chart. The nice thing here is when you do kind of, for example, manual planning and change some values, the chart is refreshed on the moment, so you can see the results visualized on the chart. Okay, let's go back to the table view. We are able to swap access also and show exceptions if there are defined exceptions in the query. I don't have any defined exceptions now. Here, one more feature which is really useful. As we mentioned, one of the new key features in 1.5, user can add filter itself and can filter the data source on the moment. So we can add filter For example, I will add a filter on calendar year and calendar month because I am presenting the two dimensions in the moment. So I forgot to choose him. Okay. Yeah, it comes here. Okay. Yeah, because this is the third one. Let me back here. Let me choose calendar year, for example. Yep. I will choose 2016 and also 2018. So I have the values filtered only for 2016 and 2018. I'm able to reset all the filters. Firstly, I have to uncheck them, but okay. Okay, let's close the filter window. Okay. Sorry, I'm clicking first since. So I will back to the display view and we'll add the country to my rules, for example. I can show you one more filtering. Here. And let's remove that one. Yep, we have country in second column. So if I set now filter here for the country, let's choose New York, Berlin, and London. So we have the values, the entries only for the chosen country. Another new key features, nice and interesting to see. We have print functionality, export to Microsoft Excel, and export to CSV file. Let me export to Excel. It's interesting to see how it looks. I have saved it to the documents. Okay. Here we have the filtered values, exactly what we are seeing on the screen. It's exported to the Excel file. We can see the filters and query information, says planning query, the name of the query, variables, static filters, and also the filters that we set on the application itself. We can see print functionality too. Yes, let me open. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I will try with another program. Yep. Save it to desktop. Yeah, how it looks. It's exactly what you see, it's what you get, the printing functionality. So that was our demo and presentation. So now it's time for a question. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. If you have any questions that comes later, you also can send us your questions via email. I will try to answer them. So seems there are no any questions. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay, there is a question. Okay, the question is, we have both SAP BW 3.5 planning solution. Can we use Design Studio? Are there any license for Business Object Design Studio? So I don't think so. I will check again. I am not on 100% sure. I will check again and we will back with mail to you. But I don't think so. It's required SAP BW 7 and later releases. But I will check. I will check again and will send you with a mail the answer. So there are no further questions. Thank you very much for attention and hope you enjoyed the webinar.